Recording has begun.
Recording has begun. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Shazad Hussain and I live at 20 Primary Way. And today it's been 157 days that my brother's been kidnapped from my care and is being held hostage and at ransom by the state because I was looking to whistleblow and expose their lies and corruptions, frauds and deceptions, and malfeasance and malevolence. Yes, it's a bit of a late recording today. I think we're about coming to 11:30. A bit of a late one today. I've just been busy with other things today, and I just really forgot to put our daily vlog in. I think the only highlight today was I had a word with the operations manager at Louise Holmes at Bradford County Court today, and it quite clearly seems to me that I'm being staged once. Set up and things are being staged to my detriment once again, and they expect me to be foolish enough to fall for the same tricks all the time. But the problem is that I'm left in this very precarious situation where they've got the judges on their side, and the judges can make orders, and those orders can adversely affect my life and end my life, such as they've got court order judges, senior judges in the High Court, namely Mr. Justice Cobb and Mr. Justice Cohen, to make orders that effectively ended my mother's life. And so therefore, these instruments, these are clear legal instruments of torture and punishment that they're inflicting on me through the means of buying off the judges. So yeah, it was just a very contrived conversation I had with her. Evidently, she's lying, there's deception, there's a foul play at hand. It wouldn't give me straight enough answers, being very cagey, putting restrictions on my time, rolling her eyes, no doubt, being accusatorial, defensive, and then ignorant of the reality of the situation, playing the denial game. She's in on it, no doubt. just as all the other judges are in on it, and the court staff are in on it, including the chief executive of the courts and tribunal services, namely Nick Goodwin, who I'm holding responsible for my mother's murder and my brother's removal of my brother's lasting power of attorneys. They were then commissioning the services of the Christopher Browell to deliver court orders that they've managed to achieve. It's just all fraud and corruption and deception, and it's very, I've gone over this so many times. It's just despicable and deplorable. But what is one to do but just patiently persevere and carry on, because they've killed off everybody. They've killed off my big brother. They threw him off a 3-story building in 2003, threw him off a 3-story building and made him a quadriplegic. Then eventually, when I looked to whistleblow in 2014, they murdered him and tried to frame me for it. Subsequently, they murdered my father in 2009, and then looked to work with my siblings in order to interfere with his last will and testament and his assets under inheritance. And they've then recently murdered my mother in 2002, well, 22nd of January 2022. So it's 10 days short of my mother's second anniversary of her death. She died in 2022, 2023, and now it's the second year of her death. And nothing's really being resolved. Everything's up in the air. Nobody's holding anybody to account. Everybody's just basically scapegoating myself. And now then subsequently, since August, they've kidnapped my brother now for the last 157 days. I mean, this level of tyranny and of debauchery and malevolence and malfeasance and tyrannical actions being taken against me is completely unprecedented. They say that the post office scandal is one of the most the gravest travesties of justice in British legal history. I choose to disagree, because under those circumstances, it was one organization, the post office. It was one computer system, the Horizon system, that was glitching, and then they leveraged that in order to persecute and victimize, I think, 700 or 900 prosecutions, and made money out of this. All right, those are big numbers, but nobody was didn't attempt to murder somebody. In my particular case, they're murdering my family members. All right, and they continue to persecute and hound us like in this manner, taking all my money away from me, and then putting me into situations that are causing me alarm and distress, and then all of them are colluding. So in that case, it was just in that situation, it was only one organization, the post office. In my situation, is Bradford Council with all his associates and collaborators, including the courts and tribunal services and the judges. It's effectively the entirety of the state not just one component of the, such as the post office, in the post office scandal. The entirety of the state is coming after me, one person. All right, there's not many numbers here, but I don't know how many other people they'll come after. I mean, if they don't just me, they've been doing it. They must be. They're not. I'm not the first. I'm sure they're doing it to everybody. It's just that I don't know about who else is doing it to. Anyway, it's getting late. I don't want to go on for too long now. I'm not suicidal. I'll never kill myself. And if any harm comes to me, as a direct result of Bradford Council looking to, do me in effectively, and commissioning commissioning somebody to harm me as they did on the 8th, and have abducted my brother. I'm never going to see my brother again. Just like they didn't let me see my mother in the last 334 days of her life. They're not going to let me see my brother again because I chose to stand up to them, and this is what you get. Your family and loved ones get persecuted and terrorized in this manner. Absolutely horrendous. But we'll leave it there. Allah Hafiz.